How are we all? It is Saturday night. It's the Late Night Agenda. I'm your host Craig and you are very welcome to the Anfield Agenda channel. I hope you've all recovered from last night. I haven't. My voice is absolutely shot to a million pieces. I feel like my vocal cords have been dragged along the floor. But you know what, guys? I wouldn't change it for the world. What an evening it was yesterday. Liverpool go back to the top of the Premier League table, albeit Manchester City have a game in hand. But you know what? At this point of the season, I'll take the points on the board. Thank you very much. Let's see how everybody's feeling, see who's recovered, who has not recovered. And of course, this is our preview show for the Porto game on Tuesday because I won't be streaming tomorrow night. I'm in London on Monday. And then Tuesday we'll be doing the watch along. So amazingly, this is the only chance we'll have to do a preview of the Porto game. You've seen my team selection. I will caveat that in a couple of minutes when we go through it. You've seen the prediction as well. I hope you're all keeping well. Let's say hello to a few people while we're starting. Kyle is in. Liverpool Football Club is in. Sean McWilliams is in. Tom Connolly, Roberto, Brian Morrissey, Devon, Mark. Who else have we got? Tafster, Ethan Collins, Sebastian, Scotty, Tonic, Cahill. Who else we got in? Dave McSweeney, Boya. How are we? Dosty as well. Sean, Jaden, Lewis, Eden Wolf, Anthony Clever, or Andy Cleverly, excuse me, Connor Roach, Mark Henley, Lewis Edgerly, Harry Moody Reactions. I could absolutely change my name to Craig Moody Reactions during the strings. But look, how are we all doing? Let me go through your comments. Let me just start there because I want tonight to be relaxed, a bit of fun, bit of enjoyment after last night. Did somebody say Liverpool top of the league? Indeed, we did, Brian. Top of the league. Liverpool are not going to win the league, mate. Fuck you, Devon O'Mahony. I don't care what you have to say. You can piss, moan, come in, try and rain in a parade all you want. The fact of the matter is, mate, you're irrelevant because you're not going to change how we feel. We're top of the league. We're going to win all our remaining games. City are going to bottle it and you're going to come back and look like a fucking mug. But that's okay, Devon. That's okay, mate. You won't be the only one. Ethan Collins, how are you, mate? Sorry, I was a bit harsh on old Devon there, Devon. Excuse me, mate. I didn't mean to be so harsh. But we are going to win the league, mate, so you're just going to have to learn to deal with that one, I'm afraid. I see what you did there with Robbo versus Telesh, but doesn't Robbo miss this one? They both miss this one, mate. They both miss it. Robbo has a suspension, as we know, but Telesh picked up an injury, taking a penalty for Porto against Braga, so he's out as well. Porto game's going to be great. Saw the City game today. Fuck City. Honestly, I couldn't give a shite about City. Their FA Cup, their Champions League. The only thing that concerns me with Manchester City is the Premier League games. That's it. As soon as they drop points in that one, it's game over. After that, I don't give a shit what they do. They're an irrelevant club. We shouldn't be giving them any of our time other than to say how irrelevant they are, which I think is enough. We've done that quite enough on the stream. Domestic Butler, how are you, pal? And look, thank you so much, by the way, to everybody that joined us over the past couple of days for the watch-alongs, the previews, the post-match shows, the reactions, everything. It's been so much fun, and thank you all for your continued support. Robert O'Reilly said, bring on Porto. Well, Palace and Leicester beat them already this year, so they'll believe they can beat City. City are going to drop points. They're going to drop points. I'm going to keep saying it right until the end, and if they don't, they'll look like a mug, but that's alright. I'm going to believe. You've got to believe. It just feels like there's something in the air. It feels like something is falling our way that Liverpool are going to deal with this season. I don't know. I can't explain it. Think back to the Everton game, 96-minute winner. Think back to the Palace game, fucking errors by the keeper. Think back to the Fulham game, we turned that one around. Spurs game, right at the end. Southampton yesterday, we fought back from 1-0 down to win the game 3-1. I can't say anything other than just keep believing. Just keep believing and watch these boys put in performances after performance after performance. And they believe in themselves. We have to. They've earned our belief, I believe, at this point, ladies and gents. Evening all, who's filling in until Craig gets here? I'm here, live. As I said, though, I won't be here tomorrow night, and my reasoning is I've got to leave my house at 4 a.m. Sunday night into Monday morning, so if I stream, as much as I won't be sleeping anyway, I won't be able to really rest, and I need to have a voice on Monday morning for the film shoot, so unfortunately I won't be here until Tuesday. But the good news is we'll be joined on Tuesday by Brian Morrissey as well, so you'll have both of us for the watch along of the Porto game, and I'll be doing the Wednesday, I'll be doing a watch along as well. I'll cover both the Champions League games on Wednesday, so I hope you can join us for that as well. And on Monday I will be doing some bits and pieces from the airport probably, so keep an eye on your notifications because I might just go live from the airport and see how everyone's feeling. City won't beat Leicester, and United and Spurs definitely not 12 points. So Pragmaverts. Ella, how are we? Welcome. Lewis, how are you, mate? Right, let's go through my team selection for this one. And as I said, I wanted to caveat it because there's a couple of things caught my mind when I thought about Jurgen Klopp's team selection. And look, it's a little bit early for me to be doing this. I don't know how players have recovered. I don't know if someone's picked up a knock we're not sure about. But the one big doubt that I had when I put this 11 together was Trent Alexander-Arnold. I was unsure if... Oh, we said Robertson in the team as well, and he's suspended. That just shows you how little I've paid attention and how unawake I am. See, that's my fault. That's absolutely my fault. My team selection there, completely my fault. I 100% forgot Robbo was suspended when I sent Connor the team earlier on. So there you go. Well, that's messed up this one. Anyway, we'll redo it. I'll give you my team selection. Fuck, I hate making mistakes. See, this is my mistake. I have to put my hands up. That was my mistake. Right, Milner at left back. I'm going to have to stick Trent at right back now. Van Dijk and Matip. Midfield, Henderson, Fabinho. And I'm going to go with Naby Keita. I'm going to go with Naby Keita because I think Gini Wijnaldum's absolutely knackered. So yeah, let's go with Naby Keita there. And then up front, the three players, they're not going to change. And my score prediction will stay the same. We'll go with 2-0 as well. Sincere apologies. I knew Robbo was suspended, but I was in a daze today when Connor asked me for the team for the game, and I just instinctively wrote Robbo, and then I remembered he was suspended. So apologies, that is my fault on the 11 here. So I'll go through it again. Alisson, Trent, Matip, Van Dijk, Milner, Henderson, Fabinho, Keita, and then the front three. That's my selection for the game. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, just seen that there. I know, Scotty. Sorry. That is completely my fault. I'm going to lose 10 years of my life watching Liverpool lately, said Harry's moody reactions. It's madness. It takes a lot out of you. I said to people last night when I finished the stream, I was still messaging people. I was talking to Connor, and messaging Brian and Kevin now, and just messaging back and forth. So I finished the stream, did the post-match stream. I was absolutely flying, full of adrenaline, buzzing. Went downstairs about 20 minutes later. I got just an adrenaline drop. It's like I hit a brick wall. I had no energy left and I just collapsed basically. It's mad. As you said, watching these Reds will be the death of us all. Louise, love the background. Thank you, Louise. This is our Champions League background, so we do mix it up for Champions League stuff. Did you see the article on One Football saying that Liverpool has more plastic fans than any other Premier League club? No, I didn't. And anything that writes an article about plastic fans has lost my respect immediately. I don't know what One Football is. Never heard of them. But after Liverpool having more plastic fans than any other Premier League club, I don't know what they're judging plastic on, but I think it is fair to say we've some arsehole fans. Absolutely, we have some right dickheads that support this club, but we've got dickheads supporting every club. I don't know what to say to that, honestly, Odago. I wish I could give you a better answer, but I don't know what to say. I'm trying to think of a reaction to it. I'm trying to say, well, maybe it's because we've got a bigger fan base anyway, that maybe that makes some sense. But at the end of the day, it's a hatchet job, obviously. Whoever wrote it just wants to piss on Liverpool so they can kiss my ass. Milner's handy to have, a jack of all trades. He is so good. He is so good to have around that squad. He's just got a winner's mentality as well, doesn't he, James Milner? He can play midfield, as you said. He can play left back. He can play a bit further forward. Yeah, he's a gift, an absolute gift. Not a great result for Leeds, by the way, over the weekend. So they could be in a little bit of trouble now. I think, if memory serves me right, they have just dropped out of the promotion places, unless, last I seen anyway, Sheffield United were winning. So Omar, I am very good, my friend. I hope you are as well. Great to see Mohamed Salah break. It's a little bit of a duck yesterday. I mean, he hadn't scored in a while, but we were all still believing in him. I mean, what a goal. What a goal to break it. You're only human, Craig. Don't apologise. I don't like making mistakes, mate. I shouldn't be making mistakes. Not something as simple as Robbo when I knew he was suspended. I'm just knackered. If I'm being honest, I'm absolutely knackered. I'd play Gini instead of Fabinho, said some duck. He just looked bollocks, mate. He looked absolutely wrecked for the game yesterday, and him and Trent probably had their worst games in a while, and Jurgen Klopp said maybe it's just fatigue catching up with them. Normally I would have Gini in my team in a heartbeat because he's been immense this season. Did you watch Barca versus Atletico? I watched it up until the 82nd minute and it was 0-0 when I was coming upstairs. Hi Craig, please notice me. Hello Josh, how are you, mate? Welcome into the chat. Great to have you in. I hope you're having a nice weekend. Plastic fans and Liverpool are autonomous. I think you meant to say, or autonyms. I don't know what you're trying to say. Let's just go with they don't go hand in hand. That works best. Can we beat Barca if we get through? Of course, absolutely. I'm not saying it is easy, Paul, by any stretch of the imagination. You'd fancy Barcelona to get past United, but anything can happen. But let's go with the favourites here and say they get past. Yes, I would say we could beat them, mate, because we've the second leg at Anfield. And anything is possible when you're at Anfield. It's going to be an uphill task. But Roma knocked them out last season. Why can't we do it this season? Gotta believe. We probably have the most plastic fans because we've got the most fans, said Tonic, which, there is sense to that, mate. Can't wait for match of the day to relive Salah's worldie, said John. Oh yeah, I completely forgot about match of the day. It's mad. Because we played on Friday, I keep going around today and feeling like it's Sunday. Obviously it isn't, it's Saturday, but it feels like a Sunday. Charlie, hello Craig, I'm at Anfield for the Porto game on Tuesday, you lucky bastard. Nice one Charlie, mate. Hope you have a wonderful time. No doubt it's going to be bouncing. And I think you're going to see a win as well, Charlie. So have a great evening. And thank you, by the way, Charlie, for that highlights clip. I only caught it later or earlier on today, but Connor had already put it up. So thank you for that. Antonyms just means opposites. I've never heard that word in my life. Never heard of that word in my life. On Cloud 9 right now, we could get Europa, said Boya. Mate, great win again for you guys today. Vardy doing wonders for my fantasy team as well. I hope you're keeping well. Were you at the game, Boya? I think you said you were travelling up Europe early. You must be loving life at the minute under Brendan Rodgers. Things gone quite well for Leicester City. Last time Liverpool won the Champions League and League, City finished second. Will history repeat itself? Fingers crossed, Ella. Fingers crossed, my friend. Was so pleased for Hendo yesterday. He and Milner turned it round. Hendo was pumped and he rallied the side. Paul, it was, and I've been speaking about this in WhatsApp groups as well with people today. So many people are buzzing for Hendo that he got that goal yesterday. You could see what it meant to him. The substitutions from Klopp were absolutely spot on. Bringing on Milner and Henderson changed the game around. Absolutely wrestle back control for Liverpool. Both of the guys were really good when they came on. Great vision by Bobby. It was a great ball by Matip, by the way, to put Bobby in. Great vision by Bobby to hold up play and roll it into the path of El Capitan, who, slotted it past a helpless gun and sealed the victory, and we were all absolutely fucking delighted. From the space of 81, 82 minutes, 1-1, to then going and winning the game 3-1, it was absolutely class. Why doesn't Shaqiri feature anymore? Asks Phenomenal Empire. Mate, if I had €1 for every time somebody asked me that, I'd be fucking minted right now. And I'm afraid I just don't have the answer, buddy. And I've been thinking about it long and hard. But anything that I say or anything that I come on the stream and come out with, it's just going to be guesswork because I don't know. I just don't know, mate. It's either he's training poorly, he's carrying a niggly knock. But what stops me from thinking about those things is that he's in the matchday squads. And when he's in the matchday squads, he's keeping other people out of the matchday squad. So there must be, I don't know what it is. Because if Klopp didn't fancy him, I don't know if he put him on the bench, particularly in the Premier League where places on the bench are quite limited. I can't answer it. I hope somebody has an answer because I'd love to see or get another insight on this one. Barca will bottle it, said Liverpool for life. Omar said, I took my shirt off after Salah's goal as he did too. Did you get a yellow card, Omar? Did somebody in your house book you for that one? There's no way I'll ever be taking my shirt off on here because it'll be just like Pornhub, it'll be tits or us. And nobody wants to see Craig's man boobs. So I'll be keeping my shirt on. But I have my own way of celebrating. And I watched back the celebration from Mo's goal because people kept commenting. So I watched it back. It's a little bit embarrassing, isn't it? When you see yourself caught in the heat of the moment like that. I don't fucking regret a thing. I mean, it is what it is. It's how I react. It's how I'd react if I was watching the television downstairs. But that's just me, and that's how much football means to me. And I'm sure you're all the same. Henderson proved to all his haters why he's the captain of Liverpool, said JXCXB1. The tactician said, hi Craig pal, how's your day? Mine's been brilliant. I'm kind of still walking on cloud 9, mate, after yesterday, to be honest. It was a fantastic game, a fantastic night for the channel as well. We picked up over 300 new subscribers yesterday, so thank you to everybody that hit that button. It means the world to us. We had around 30,000 views of the watch along as well. 30,000 views. We've passed 10 million views on the channel, or 10 million minutes, excuse me. 10 million minutes of watch time on the channel, which is unbelievable. I can't believe that. That number is just... I can't fathom a number that high, to be honest. But again, thank you. What else have we got? If I seem a bit subdued today, ladies and gents, please don't think it's because I'm in a bad mood or anything. I'm absolutely exhausted. Absolutely exhausted. Steve Millett, mate, are you awfully British? Can you just confirm that one for me? And then I will absolutely sort you out. Just give me a thumbs up in the chat, buddy. Oh, there you are, awfully British. There you are. You've already been. There you go. You've been done. So Steve Millett. Okay. 1 second. There you go, Steve. All done for you, pal. Thank you very much. I was brilliant finish by Salah. The Egyptian king is back, said Omar. Dawood said, so happy for Henderson. Oh, I'm so happy to see that people are delighted for the captain, mate, because he puts up with some shit that he doesn't deserve, but he's been class. He's been fucking class, and I love him. I love Hendo. People can say what they want about him. I still wouldn't put him in my first 11 most of the time, I've got to be honest. I think if you're looking to play him in the defensive midfield role, Fabinho's better. But that doesn't mean he doesn't bring a lot to this football club. I think it's stupid that you get a yellow for taking off your shirt. It does seem... I mean, the idea behind it, Sassy, is that you don't have political messages underneath your shirt or sponsorship deals with companies, and you're lifting up your shirt and you've got an Adidas top on but your club has a Nike shirt or something like that. I mean, that's the idea behind it. That and the political messages or religious messages or anything basically that goes against FIFA's rules of football, going past race, creed, religion, all that bollocks. Like, I don't mean bollocks in that sense. I mean all the stuff UEFA have put aside as stuff you're not allowed to talk about in football, or stuff that doesn't mix with football, even though they're dealing with politicians and all the time, and they're absolute fucking hypocrites. But I think that's the reason behind why you're not allowed to take your shirt off. Craig, would you rather be in our position or City's position, taking into consideration the games both teams have? Look, I think City's, because it's in their hands and we need a favour. City don't. That's the thing. It would be foolish of me to say otherwise. I think we've got the favourable fixtures, I can say that much, but at the end of the day, if Manchester City win the next 6 league games, then Manchester City win the Premier League with 98 points, which is fucking ridiculous. Again, if we both win all the remaining games, they finish on 98, we finish on 97, and people will have the cheek to call this club bottlers for finishing on 97 points. I mean, it's madness. It's absolute madness. I don't think Mo got booked. He did. He did get booked, mate. 100%. Brian said, Klopp doesn't have a natural place for Shaqiri in the 4-3-3. It's pretty straightforward. It just showed your passion. It was class. The reaction was great. Thank you. The comments were really nice, actually, on the reaction, which I did appreciate, because I know a lot of the time people just make me feel, or make me... accuse me of being fake. They accuse some. I've actually been accused of those reactions of being pre-recorded, or recorded after the incident. Sorry, I should say not pre-recorded. Recorded after the incident. I'm kind of just thinking it's live, like, you know, it's there on a watch along. What change would you make instead of Robbo? And you can send me the login, please. Oh, put Milner at left back, Connor, and put... I can't send you the... Oh, hang on. Put Milner at left back and then put Naby in midfield instead of James Milner. That will be the changes. The login, I will try and sort out for you now, pal. Okay, 1 sec, Connor. It's a bit hard. I don't have my phone on me, mate, so it's tough for me to send you the login. Okay, sorry guys, bear with me 1 sec. I just have to send Connor something. Okay, there you go, Connor. I've sent you the login password, pal. Sorry guys, bit of internal stuff there. I'll play Lallana and give Milner a rest. Play Moreno at left back. Not in Europe, mate. Oh Jesus Christ, no. No way I'll be playing Alberto Moreno at left back in a massive game like this. I'd play it safe and give it to James Milner. I think it'll be 5-0 again, and that's coming from a City fan. We beat them 5 away, Din 101, which was actually nuts. At home, we beat them 1-0 or it was a draw. I can't even remember. The home leg just bypassed me last year because it was done and dusted. But yeah, it was the away leg that we sealed it in. I honestly believe we're too strong for Porto, and I honestly believe that'll be shown quite easily over 2 legs. But you have to show respect to a club that knocked out last year's semi-finalists and are consistently in the competition. They know what Europe is about, and you've got to show a club like Porto respect. Doesn't mean I don't think we'll go past them. I honestly do. I'm already looking at the semi-final. Boya said, ref had a stinker in the Leicester game. Vardy's first was offside, and then the penalty that shouldn't have been. Boya, you're talking about referees today, and you're being gracious, and you're saying that you shouldn't have had a couple of decisions. How often are we having these conversations around referees and how shit they are? And you're talking about that from a perspective of winning. So it just goes to show, like, they are bad. They are fucking terrible. I spoke about the referee yesterday, and even though we won the game, I still stand over everything that I said. It was a nailed-on penalty on Keita, and there was a couple of decisions in the game that baffled me, that he didn't give free kicks. I just couldn't believe it. It's also clear that Klopp's instructions that he keeps Hendo out of the opposing third, said Tonic. Well, he was in there last night, mate, scoring. We already have more points than we did in the league season. It has to be our title, please. That isn't true. We don't already have more points than we have. This is our 4th or 5th highest Premier League points total. So we've already beaten this points total, Tommy. Maybe it's at this point, you mean, in the league season, but we've definitely had more points than this. 0-0 draw at home. There you go. 0-0 draw. So that was irrelevant. It was all over, to be fair, after the first one. Sadio Mane hat-trick away in Porto. I'll never ever forget that. Is it just me, or was it around the Porto game last year that Ale really started to take hold for Liverpool fans? Because that's where I remember seeing the first videos coming of the song and the travelling cop singing it, and videos of people travelling over and people in the concourse after the game and stuff. That's for me. That was the first memories of Ale last season. I don't know if anybody else is different or if I'm wrong, which I usually am, to be fair. Don't listen to the negative knockers, Craig. It's just jealousy. Do you know what it is? Honestly, I've never ever called Scousers out for hating outsiders. Never. You can watch back every single stream. I've always said that I've been treated really, really fairly. But all the abuse I get about celebrations and stuff like that, all of it's probably not fair to say. A large chunk of the abuse that I get is from Scousers who believe that us overseas fans can go fuck themselves. There was one there today. I commented on it as well on Twitter. It's the first comment I wrote on Twitter actually in weeks. Basically I should be banned at John Lennon Airport from coming in from a cunt that follows the account. I mean, you couldn't make this shit up. Spends minutes slagging me off, follows the account, and thinks he's some type of fucking super fan sitting there because he fell out of his L1's vagina in Liverpool. He feels like he has some moral right to tell other people how they shouldn't react or how they shouldn't feel about a football club. He can kiss my ass along with anybody else that looks down their nose at fans from outside of the city, overseas, different parts of the country. And I know we've a load of Scousers in the chat, and you're all wonderful people, but there's always dickheads that ruin it for everybody. And I hate this so-called divide between local people and non-local people. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's a football club that we all love, and if we were in a position where tickets weren't an issue, none of this would be an issue. If there wasn't a situation where there was a severe lack of tickets for football fans, for Liverpool I should say, because if you're a Manchester City fan, that's absolutely no problem whatsoever. I love that, Connor. Love that team, mate. Love what you've just done there with the image. Check out the new image Connor's after dropping in there. It's absolutely class. If there wasn't such a shortage of tickets, then you wouldn't have this aggro between local fans and non-local fans. It's just down to a shortage of tickets, unfortunately. But after that, they can kiss my ass. Right, what else have we got? Genie, I'm resting Genie Mossy. I said I'm resting Genie like I've got any fucking option here. I rested Genie because he looked so tired after the game or during the game the other day. So the Porto fullback is fit for the game, is he? I'd read that he was out, mate. He got injured, missing the penalty. Maybe he's been declared fit, I don't know. But last I'd read he was out. October said 10,570. That's awesome. Sorry I haven't been around this week, guys. Thank you all so much. Never need to apologise, October. I know you work hard. I know you've got a really busy life. And we thank you for all the stuff you do for the channel. Same to Kev. Kev listening and work. How are you, Kev? I hope you're doing well. I just want us to score first in the remaining games. That's the Premier League, Champions League. I'm chill. We're not going to do it the easy way, mate. Whatever we do, it won't be done the easy way. You can be sure of that. Oh, Keane, yeah, and the ref talking to players, wasting time as well. That was nuts last night, wasn't it? Having a little chat with them. Somebody sent, what's this about Fekir? Somebody sent something in to me earlier on. I didn't get a chance to read it before I came on air. Something about Fekir or Fekir's agent. Has anybody got has anybody got the information on that? What am I trying to say? The transcript, yes. Has anybody got the transcript from what was said there? Craig, we wouldn't have enough tickets if we had a 100,000 seater stadium. That's probably true, Stephen. Probably true. Actually, on that one, on today's FA Cup semi-final between Manchester City and Brighton, Brighton had 10,000 more tickets sold than Manchester City for that game. 10,000 more tickets. Brighton sold. 10,000 more tickets than Manchester City. Now, we can look at this a couple of ways. You can try and dress it up by saying, yeah, Manchester City fans have a lot of games to go to. This was one of the biggest games in Brighton's history, or in a very long time, I should say, for Brighton. Yeah, I don't buy that. Sorry. I mean, yes, fair play to Brighton's fans. They sold their allocation. Brilliant. Well done to them. But Manchester City have proved once again that they don't have any fucking fans. Now, 10,000 tickets sold more by Brighton. Brilliant. Raheem Sterling bought 550 tickets for his former school, which is an absolutely wonderful gesture from a really, really outstanding young man, and he deserves to be commended for that gesture. It was a lovely touch by him. And I want to follow that up. I want to caveat my next statement by saying that what Raheem Sterling did was brilliant. I mean, nothing but love for that gesture. But at the same time, that would never have been able to happen at Liverpool or Manchester United or Arsenal, because there wouldn't be 550 fucking tickets for him to buy and give out. As lovely a gesture as it was, there just simply wouldn't be 550 tickets floating about that a player could just go, do you know what? I'm going to do a really nice thing here and send them to my former school. Brilliant that he did it. Lots of love to him for that one. Nothing but respect. But it just proves again. It was another. So we can call it 10,500 tickets that they couldn't fucking shift. It's shambolic. Absolutely shambolic. Gakul said Porto recently is in good form. They've won their last 5. But they're facing the mighty Reds, Gakul. They're facing the mighty Reds at Anfield. Fekir's agent said there's more to this transfer than the medical issue. So more than the medical issue, which means there was an issue there. If I'm picking that up correctly, there is somewhat of an issue. Manchester City's arrogance will be tested soon, said Pragmaverts. Turtles are class. I don't know what that's about, but big up Turtles. Craig, you should adopt Leeds as your second team. A lot of my family members, older family members, support Leeds, Harold, actually. I'm actually one of a few Liverpool fans in my entire extended family. I think there's about 3 Liverpool fans, and then the rest are United and Leeds, to be honest. So I'm fighting the good fight on my side. That Milner picture is class. That's Connor at his best, isn't it? That is just Connor at his best. The Naby picture is pretty damn class as well. Love what you did there, Connor. Love it. City were poor today, only won 1-0, but they still won. Look, credit to them. They still went out and won. Up the Reds. Thank you, awfully British, mate. Up the fucking Reds indeed. And thank you for signing up on Patreon as well. As I said, we've had a good few people this week sign up to the new Patreon reward scheme. Thank you very much for that one. And for anybody that has signed up, I want to clarify something here. The way Patreon works is Patreon charges you on the 1st of every month. So even if you signed up on the 2nd of April, you won't be charged until the 1st of May, which is when then the rewards will kick in, because you need to be charged first for us to allow the rewards to go out, if you get where I'm coming from. So keep that in mind. If you do sign up, you won't be billed until the 1st of the next month. Porto winless in 19 visits to England, said Nelson, which is a beautiful stat, mate, and long may that continue. Maybe they've replaced Fekir's whole leg. There's something in that, Rod. There's something in that, pal. Maybe they have. Maybe we just haven't thought this one through. Brendan Rodgers is my dad, said Leicester City FC boy. Do you know what, mate? Oh, no, I can't go there. Sorry, I was going to try and make a smart arse joke, but I can't go there. What other issue? Because his pre-recorded is welcome to Liverpool, which is what I'm trying to figure out as well, Pragmaverts. I've no idea what the other thing could be. So Scousers are fine with supporting non-Scousers, but not the other way around. Makes no sense. I can't speak for Scousers, Dara. I can just, give you my experiences. Hope you don't get delayed 2 hours like I did coming on holiday to Spain. I doubt I'll be delayed, to be fair, mate. It's a short hop flight. I think I'll be alright, hopefully. But, touch wood and all that. Kyle Walker should have walked. Yes, he should have. He stuck his head into your man's face. Should have been a red card, but it wasn't. So, excuse me, we move on. The ref last night was a total gee-bag, said Dave Sweeney. He was wasting time, telling Southampton players to stop wasting time. I shouted, kick that ref in the ass in the pub, and most people agreed, even a toffee barman. I was shouting very similar things myself, Dave, during the watch-along. Probably a bit more abusively than you were, but yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree. Craig, do you think Pep plays up a character for the cameras and the media? No, I honestly don't. I don't. I think Pep Guardiola is an honest I actually really like Pep Guardiola. I have to be honest. I hate that club, but him as a manager and him as a person, I have a lot of respect for. I mean, how could you not? People say he only managed winning teams, or it's easy from the jobs he goes into. That's fair enough, but he's been offered these jobs because he's an elite level manager and he knows how to manage superstars. So you kind of have to keep that in mind as well. And as much as I take the piss out of City, and I'll continue to take the piss out of City, I've always said the players and the manager have my respect because it's got nothing to do with them. Well, my gripes with the club has got nothing to do with them. When is Gomez coming back? I don't know, mate. As soon as possible. Fingers crossed. Slight knockback, or slight setback, I think. Maybe a small one a while ago, not recently. I think he should be back soon enough, though. I've guessed the second leg against Porto, but that's just a guess. First leg 4-0, second leg 3-1 or 3-0, said Toblum. Good day, Craig from Australia, mate. I almost went into a fucking Aussie accent there, Darren. Sorry. Been following your channel for a bit now. Love your honest feedback and passion for Liverpool. Thank you so much, Darren. It still blows my mind that we have like Rod, Darren, I think Frank as well, and a couple of maybe Harry, a couple of other people from Australia. It's nuts. It's mad knowing that we're all just sitting around now, whether you're on your phones or wherever you are at home watching, that we're sitting here talking about Liverpool. It's good times, isn't it? It's good times to be alive. This towards some medicine for your throat after last night. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you so much, mate. And I promise you, those Kios will be on the way over when I go over in May. I'll be bringing you a bag of Kios, one of the big bags over. The ref was an absolute idiot, said Press Salah. 3-0 for Liverpool, said Damien Snowden. What other predictions have we got, guys? Because don't forget, this is the last stream, or the last late night stream I'll be doing before Tuesday. Connor is hilarious and his jacket is class. I mean, that's obviously Connor on another account. Clearly. It's Alex is obviously Connor's ma. Or, no, sorry, Connor. Apologies for that. Connor's sister or his mate or something. I met a Liverpool fan yesterday. He was sound as fuck. I told him about the channel. I hope he watches. I mean, if you are watching, the person Scotty was talking to, hello and thank you. I have a season ticket and no problem with tourists, but when they start waving their GoPro around, I don't like it. I mean, look, Aiden, there's an absolute difference between that, mate, and some prick slagging off me or anybody else for supporting a club when we weren't born in that city and for telling us that we're embarrassing or we shouldn't celebrate in a certain way. I get pissed off as well when people are doing that. Not just at football, what you're talking about, at any event, because you're there to enjoy the event. You're there to watch the game. Take your photos and all that stuff before the game, after the game, at half time. Film what you want. But during the game, or if you're at a concert or whatever it is you're at, live in that moment. You bought the ticket to be there, to watch that event. That always gets me. Richarlison to Liverpool, no thanks. None of those Everton farmers could get anywhere near our first team, said O-Dog. Surprised how many people left early last Sunday. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say. You've got to keep believing. I don't understand why anybody leaves a football stadium early. You pay enough money to go and watch it, so why not stay there till the end? So what if you get home half an hour later? That's life. Ted said, "What's up, Craig? I'm late again." That's alright, mate. That's alright. You're forgiven on this occasion. Ella said 1-0. LFC for Life said 3-0. Ted Hutton 4-1. 4-0 for Scotty. Dodge 76 is in bed watching. I hope you're just chilling, mate. I hope you're not unwell. If you are unwell, then get well soon. Henderson has proved his value to our club, said Dara. He's always been a class man, a class act. Brian Morris, he said, "Don't forget to like the stream." If you do like the stream, that is. I mean, there you go. There is that one. I've seen fan channels say you aren't a proper supporter if you don't attend the games. Disgraceful. Well, look, put it this way, AJ. Give me tickets. Get me tickets to a fucking game and I will go. But I can't get tickets, so here I am. This is the first season in my adult life I haven't got to attend a game at Anfield. The first one, and I'm 37 years of age. It's just with success, it becomes harder to get tickets. And most other years I've overpaid. I've paid touts, I've paid travel agencies, and I've paid above and beyond. But this year, with the channel starting, I've decided, you know what? If I don't get tickets at face value, or close enough to face value, I'm going to stay on here and I'm going to enjoy the season with everybody that tunes in. Simple as that, and I just don't give a shit anymore. Nobody's going to tell any of us how to feel about our own football club. Mo is just magic, said Prez Salah. He certainly is, mate. He certainly is. How are you, said Shadow Games. I'm knackered, to be honest, mate. I'm absolutely knackered, but I'm still smiling because it's a great time to be a Liverpool fan. Again, Connor, I still owe you an apology, mate. I can't believe I said that a second ago. Connor Crosby is class, but his jacket is hilarious. Oh, shots fired. We were told Connor hates us. He does. He does, Antoine. But never mind what he says now. What he says behind your back is completely different. He can write all the nice things he wants in there. Behind your back, he keeps telling me how much he hates you all. That's why he's never on. I mean, he couldn't be arsed dealing with it. He sends me on. He says, says you go on there and deal with those people. I'll stay back here and relax. Craig, I used to be one of the last people left after the match, said Stephen Richards. Oh no, I'm defo someone that as soon I'm inching my way down the steps, and as soon as the whistle goes, I'm gone down the steps. I'm definitely admit to being one of those people when I'm at the game. But I don't leave. I don't leave till the whistle goes, but I'm right at the exit by the time the whistle goes. What would Hendo be worth now? I haven't got a clue. That's a really good question, actually, and one that we haven't really talked about. Guys, what would Jordan Henderson be worth now if Liverpool were to decide to cash in? I'll go for the classic holding 3-1 win, said Brian Morrissey. It is a personal favourite of mine, mate. I do go for the 3-1 win quite a lot. If it's away, it's 3-1. If it's at home, it's 2-0. Sino said, "Hey Craig, Southampton was massive. We will win all the games in the Premier League. I'm just worried about Manchester United letting City win." They might. Well, they won't let them win, but City might get past them, mate. But they still have Palace. They still have Spurs. They still have to go away to Leicester. There's plenty more difficult games to come in this Premier League. It's not going to be easy for us either. We have a difficult game against Chelsea. Then we have a very tough away game against Cardiff, who are fighting for their lives down the bottom of the table. So, it's not going to be an easy finish, but 5 massive cup finals left for us in the Premier League. Okay, what else we got? Sorry guys, just trying to catch up with your comments. Great, Craig can't go to matches this year. The jinx is over. I'm not going to lie, Tonic. I thought about that. I thought to myself, imagine the one season I don't go to a game, we win the league. I mean, Craig, if that doesn't tell you something, just give up. But I'm happy to miss out on going to a game if it means we're going to win the league. I mean, I'll do that every season if we can keep winning the league. The game versus Palace in January was my second time at Anfield, said the Walking Gamer. Well, look, we are gone over on the 12th of May for the last game. Now, we won't have tickets for the game, but we're going to be in the city, as you guys know, and we're going to try and meet up and watch the game with as many people as possible. And again, if anybody wants to meet up with us ahead of the game in Dublin next Friday at the Aviva Stadium, let us know. You can email us, AnfieldAgenda@outlook.com, AnfieldAgenda@gmail.com, and we'll try and arrange a place where we can meet. Because the last time we managed to miss people, and we regretted it the whole time. We got there late. We had to get our credentials, and we got our media stuff. Then we were late again, so we had to leg it, get something to eat. But this time we're going to try and get there a little bit earlier. So if you're going to the game, Liverpool Legends against Republic of Ireland 11 Legends game at the Aviva Stadium in aid of the Sean Cox Rehabilitation Fund, Friday 12th of April, please let us know if you want to meet up and say hello. We're going to be filming outside, hopefully, and hopefully we can say hi and introduce a few people. Hendo did like 5 celebrations and one when he scored. Imagine him scoring in the Champions League final. Yeah, you can see how much it means to him, mate. Just by his celebrations, like you've said, you've seen how much it meant to him. Murder on the dance floor said, I'm going to be cocky and say we need to just focus on beating Barca in the semis. That's kind of how I feel, mate, deep down. It is. Does anybody else feel that Porto are going to cause us problems over the 2 legs? Now, I'm not talking about maybe getting a draw over in Porto. I'm talking about seriously looking at possibly knocking us out. Honestly, if there's anybody that is, let me know, because maybe I'm being too arrogant here. I couldn't go this year, can't get tickets, and work is crazy. At the moment, love your channel, said Domestic Butler. Thank you very much, mate, and I hope you get to some games next year. But look, you're working away, so you know you're doing the right thing, and fingers crossed it all falls into place for us and we all get tickets next season. Stephen Richards said, see you at John Lennon Airport, Connor. There you go. I can't even remember what time we're getting in at, Steve, mate, but I will sort that shit out later on. $30 million for Hendo, said Murder on the Dance Floor. 45 to 50 for John Hamilton. 40 for Will Higgin. 50 to 60 mil for Steve Wall. 50 to 60 mil. What else we got? 40 mil for Hendo, said Scotty. 25k on transfer marks. 25k? He's only worth 25 grand. Jesus, he's going cheap. 35 or 40 million. Ted Hutton says 30 or 20 to 35 million. He is aging. I mean, yeah, we do have to take that into account. I can't get to Anfield, it's too expensive for me also, said Scotty. I mean, there is that side of it. I mean, people sometimes overlook that when they're slagging off Liverpool fans for not getting to games. Sometimes they just don't understand that people haven't got the money. I mean, if you're in any part of the UK, it's not insignificant for travel costs, particularly with the price you guys have to pay for train travel over there. It's ridiculous. I've been able to fly over and back for cheaper than a friend of mine has been able to get up and down from Norwich to Liverpool. It's been cheaper for me to fly over, stay in a hotel and fly back than it was for his return train fare up from Norwich. Like, so you have to take that into account as well, and you never judge people. You're all Liverpool fans, we're all Reds. Darren said would love to meet the crew. It's just me and Connor, but that's a crew, we can call that a crew. Somebody tell me why Shaqiri's not been playing. Oh, mate, Damien, I wish I could. We've had this conversation on every stream I think for the past month, and none of us know the definitive answer, mate. Some people think the system isn't suitable. Some people think Jurgen Klopp just doesn't believe in Shaqiri anymore. Some people think he might be carrying a little injury. The truth is, none of us really know. Graham Holmes said, Hendo has tactical nous and a great attitude but leadership qualities. That's why Klopp puts him in the side. If we listen to haters, then Hendo would have been sold to Rochdale. Do you remember how close he was to joining Fulham in a swap deal for Clint Dempsey? Henderson spoke about crying during that situation. I think his father had cancer as well at that time. I think his father held off telling him because he wanted Jordan to concentrate on his career. Jordan Henderson has fought tooth and nail to stay at this club, and he's the leader of the football club right now, and I think sometimes he deserves more respect from some people than he gets. When's the last time you saw a Liverpool match in Anfield or any stadium? In the summer. We were there for the game against Napoli in the summer in Dublin, and the last one I seen at Anfield was the game against Sevilla last season, the one where we drew and Firmino missed a penalty. Then we were over for the I keep saying the watch along. We were over for the screenings of the Manchester City game and the screenings of the Porto game, or the Roma semi-final as well at Anfield. I love your show, Craig. Thank you very much, Tommy. I'm still baffled that anybody comes onto the channel to watch, but I'll take it, and I'm appreciative of it. Porto maybe, but we should do them, said Darren Calvin. 10 more games potentially, need the whole squad. Origi looks to be back. He definitely does, mate. I would agree with that. I've noticed in Origi more swagger, which is a good thing. He looks more to be more direct. He looks to be just putting the ball down and just running at players with full of belief, power, pace. And I would definitely agree that he has upped his game a bit. Jax Page said, set the scene. It's the January 2018 mark and we can buy a working Alexis Sanchez as a Coutinho replacement for only 15 million. Do you think Jurgen buys him and puts him into the system that suits him? I don't know, mate. I don't think any of us could have guessed at quite how big a letdown Sanchez would have been for United when they took him. He was being talked about as gone to Manchester City. It is a massive fall from grace for Alexis Sanchez after going to Manchester United. It is nuts how far he's fallen. And maybe it's the 400 or 450 grand a week taking away his hunger. I don't know. You'll never walk alone up the red said, Liverpool's an international club. It's owned by Americans. Without them, what would we be? Liverpool is managed by a German. Doesn't matter where we come from. Very, very valid point, mate. And sometimes, yeah, you need to remember that stuff. Norwich in the Premiership next year. Free tickets to Liverpool and Carrow Road, said Dodge76. Be nice to see Norwich back up, to be fair. Is Delia Smith still involved there? Are we going to get to see her locked again on the field saying, to the best supporter in the world, to the 12th man, where are you? Where are you? She's never going to live that down. Never. But I love it. I love that she didn't give a fuck. She just went down there after a few scoops and said, do you know what? This is going to be a great idea. And nobody told her otherwise. Everyone went, yeah, go on, Delia, yeah. That's spot on, that is. Go on, you go out there and do your thing. It was brilliant. One of my favourite memories of the Premier League. Domestic Butler said, I'd rather talk about Brexit than watch Everton play. It's a fair point. Oh, why is the Buvac klaxon sounded? I love that we have that, by the way. I love that that's a thing. The Buvac klaxon. What else have we got? Sorry. I'm still laughing at that. Where is it? When we build a new stadium, it'll be 150,000 seater. There'll be 100,000 wanting to go. We're not going to be building a new stadium, buddy. Unfortunately, that was part of the redevelopment of Anfield. If we were going to build it, we would have moved. You don't sell players like Henderson. You just don't. He's a fucking rock, said Brian Morrissey. Darren Calvin said, love the show. Thank you, Darren. Big Jurgen said, love this channel. Thank you. Love to all of you guys as well. Did you see? No, we're not allowed that. But yes, I did see the klaxon to Schalke rumour. Tonic, I did. I don't know what to make of it. I've often heard that he's not somebody that wants to be a head coach or a manager, but let's wait and see. Alisson could have joined Chelsea rather than Liverpool. Yeah, I bet he's glad he picked Liverpool. Porto shouldn't be that hard, but they can cause us problems, said Irish Leprechaun. The last time I was at Anfield was Spartak Moscow 7-0, said Scotty. I mean, I was in Orlando for that game, actually. I was away on holidays, but that must have been nice. 7-0. Origi is better than Sturridge and Shaqiri, said Press Salah. Daniel Sturridge is just gone at this point. I mean, I've nearly forgotten about him even being a Liverpool squad player at this point. Rod said, people who say the more Liverpool than you because of proximity should pull their heads out of their arses. Thank you very much. Joshua, hi Craig, sorry I was late to the stream. How was your day been? Good, mate, really, really good. I'm just exhausted. And I won't be streaming tomorrow, just a reminder. Won't be streaming tomorrow. Actually won't be streaming Monday because I'm in London. So Tuesday will be the next stream and that'll be a watch along of the Porto game. So just a reminder in case you worry over the next day or two, think something's up or just think we've forgotten to schedule anything. I won't be here. But do keep an eye out on Monday because as I said, I'll be probably do a Q&A or a little catch up, a little live stream from the airport while I'm waiting for my flight back. All the signs were there last season at Arsenal. You could see his numbers dip and his performances becoming more average at Cahill. Fred was going to go to City first to rotate with Fernandinho. It was hilarious when we signed Fabinho. All of a sudden, United fans were like, "Oh no, we didn't want them. No, we didn't want them. We wanted Fred." Then why have you all got the welcome to Manchester Fabinho videos up and all the clips of Fabinho? Oh that doesn't. No, we wanted Fred. Yeah, of course you did, lads. You're not fooling anyone. What would you make of us spending 60 million plus on agents' fees last year? We didn't, as far as I remember, Steve. I think it was 44, if memory serves me correct, but I could be wrong. We did talk about it on last night's stream. I don't know if I have the notes. Hang on, I'll see if I have them open. Let me just see if I can find the notes here. I think I have them. No, I don't have the notes. Sorry, I thought I might have had the notes from yesterday or the other day's stream, but I don't. I think it was 66 or no, 46 or 44, mate. But either way, it's a shit ton of money going to a group of leeches that are taking too much out of the game. 360 odd million worth of agents' fees left English football last year. 280 odd million, I think, of that from the Premier League or something along those lines. It's too much. These fuckers get money for very, very little. And far too much money as well. Why should agents be getting tens of millions sometimes, or even between 10 and 20 million for a transfer? I mean, fuck off. That's my simple answer to that. And why are clubs having to pay them? Players should be paying their agents. We don't need a new stadium. Anfield's our temple, our heart and soul. The history it carries, we need to extend the strength of it. Yeah, it's the thing about extended Anfield is, and it is the right thing to do, of course, I wholeheartedly agree. Any road end is going to be looked at, obviously, but once you go past a specific threshold, I think it's around 60k, then you've got to revisit infrastructure. So you've got to look at how well the town can cope with traffic and match day footfall. You've got to look at public transport links in as well. You've got to look at the facilities around the stadium. There are other things that you need to end up working with the council on then. And if you're talking about building new roads, widening roads, putting in new public transport, the costs skyrocket. So it really is a public-private partnership you're looking at doing then. And yeah, it takes a long time to sort out. I've just saw the Milner and Cater images on the predicted squad. That's class. Joshua, thank you very much. That was Connor fixing my mistake because I forgot that Robbo was injured or was suspended, so I had Robbo in my team. So that was just Connor coming in and saving my ass. United will lose Herrera, Pogba and De Gea. Don't forget Mata as well, Tommy. Mata's contract is up. He's been linked to Barcelona. Herrera's been linked to Paris Saint-Germain. And David De Gea's been linked to anybody who'll give him 350 grand a week. Did you see Robbo's celebration and Salah ducks him? I don't remember it, to be fair, mate. A lot of yesterday was a blur. We need to sign a creative midfielder. We trust Klopp, said Villa, or is it Villayat? But I agree, we do need that creative midfielder, mate. Are you going to London to get a Chelsea season ticket? No, I'm going to film... what can I get away with saying here? I'm going to film some segments for a betting company with a United fan, a Manchester City fan, a Spurs fan, myself, around a few different things. I can't really give away much more than that. What else we got? I think Lovren should start. I did think about that as well, mate. Here's what I thought about realistically when I remembered Robertson was injured. Going to a back three and playing Matip, Van Dijk and Lovren, and then playing a midfield four, maybe a 3-4-1-2. But yeah, I did think of a back three when we were talking about Robertson being out, and when I was thinking about resting Trent Alexander-Arnold. Will Gomez be on the bench on Tuesday? I would be amazed if he was. I still think he's a bit away, to be fair. He's had no minutes in his legs either. He needs to get some minutes. Surely the stadium get bigger. Not by much, as I've said. I've just spoken about why you can't go past a specific number. And also, if you look at going behind the Any Road or the Cop, maybe you're talking about changing the roads or rerouting roads. Do you remember the idea of Liverpool and Everton sharing a stadium? Yeah, that just didn't wash, mate. It just stunk, didn't it? Nobody wanted that from either side, I don't think. Brian said, exactly, you can't just build a new stadium or stand and expect all the existing local infrastructure to cope. It doesn't work like that. Do you reckon we will... Hang on, what's this? Craig, who do you reckon will win the assist battle between the two fullbacks? Robbo. I would gamble on Robertson, but I don't know, mate. I just think Robbo's... Yeah, I'd say Robbo, but, it is a guess. They're filming the Royal Rumble, Anfield Agenda versus United. Arsenal Fan TV isn't there, actually. It's only for people who are relevant. So, and I don't mean Arsenal Fan TV aren't relevant, I meant the club. No, it's Liverpool, United, Manchester City and Spurs. Basically the 4 Champions League clubs that are left. We need to work with the council and government to fix up the Anfield area. It badly needs it. The locals should be proud of their home. I think there has been some steps taken, Dave, and I mean, from just my own experiences of going over the past 10 or 15 years, it has definitely improved. Now look, I don't live in the area, so I don't really have a right to comment on this from a day-to-day perspective. I only really see it on match days, but it certainly has improved in the time I've been over there. But you are right, and I absolutely agree with what you're saying. There needs to be consultation, and I hope there has been and there is going forward between the club and the local residents, and of course the city council as well. Craig, we all know Kloppo may just surprise us and do exactly that, play a 3-4-2-1. It wouldn't surprise me, John. It really wouldn't. Anything is possible with Jurgen Klopp. Thoughts on Keane scoring again? I did notice that, Roberto. I was keeping an eye on the Juve game. They went 1-0 down because Piatek, I think, scored. Then Dybala with a penalty, and then Keane scoring late. I'm delighted for him, Roberto. After the week that he's had, mate, it's great to see him getting the winner in such a big game. And he looks like one hell of a player, so, best of luck to the guy. Don't we have planning permission for Anfield Road? We do have outline planning permission. I don't know. I'm trying to think when that has to be. Is it September or October that there has to be a final decision on that one? But yes, we do have outline planning permission, last I remember. Okay, what else we got? Need an 80k stadium. I remember Ian Eyre talking about a sweet spot. So my basic understanding of this sweet spot means that rather than having a stadium that we fill 90% of the time, it's better for a business apparently to have a stadium where they always have a demand for tickets and over demand for tickets. Again, very basic understanding of it. Liverpool will walk the floor with Porto. Great channel, guys. We contacted you on Instagram for a collab. Loving your content. I'm trying to think. Honestly, mate, we do get, lately it's been nuts. We've got loads of requests and messages. Best thing to do is send us an email, AnfieldAgenda@outlook.com or AnfieldAgenda@gmail.com, and we can go from there if that's okay. And thank you for the super chat and thank you for your kind words. That list is closed, said Brian. Only inherited tickets and shit like that. As far as I know, the season ticket waiting list is definitely closed. That is true. You could have bought the hospitality season tickets when the new main stand was being built. I mean, I remember looking at them. Irish money was coming in at about €3,600, something like that, per season. Apparently DT's son and Rance Bant's to have a fight. I mean, I'm not getting involved in that, especially when we're talking about a man's family. As much as I don't like DT and I will happily talk about it, I'm not going stupid as so low to talk about a man's family. That's off limits. You will never hear me badmouthing DT's family, anybody's family, because it's not how I roll. I dislike him as a person. His family are off limits to me, and they should be to everybody else. Craig, when will Brewster be back? I think for him and for Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, I would basically write the season off. I don't mean that to sound callous, but I just don't want people expecting them to come in and have a major impact on the season. It's just about getting them fit and ready to go. They've both been out for a very, very long time. I think Ryan Brewster even longer, if memory serves. Who's the most overrated player in the Premier League? Hazard. Definitely Hazard. For me, 100% Hazard. Don't get the hype around Eden Hazard. He plays good once in every 6 games. And then goes on strike when he doesn't like a manager. Well, I say goes on strike. Basically goes into hiding and plays shit so his manager gets fired. Yeah, for me it's always been Hazard. Is he capable of brilliance? Absolutely. Just nowhere near enough. Do you think Henderson should be playing against Porto? Yes, I do. That's why he's in my team, buddy. Yeah, Champions League games, big games like that, you need experience, and I think Jordan Henderson has that experience. Same with Jimmy Milner. Rod, talk to you soon, buddy. When are we playing? Thursday or Tuesday? Sorry, Tuesday. Tuesday against Porto. What else we got? Dun, dun, dun. I believe it's going to be 4-0, said the Irishman. I honestly, I know it sounds arrogant, but I think we're going to roll over Porto over the course of the 2 legs. Watch Porto go 1-0 up now at Anfield after 10 minutes, and then everyone to fucking hit panic stations, but the players won't if that happens. That much we can be sure of. Brewster's not playing for the first team this season, so it's got cool. When are we playing Porto? Tuesday. Fanchat TV, Kev wants to know, and Kev runs the Anfield United Instagram account. When did you send it? The only one Kev remembers getting was from LFC TV in the USA. So as I said, apologies. Kev always forwards me on anything that he gets. As soon as he gets it, he's excellent on stuff like that. He never lets stuff linger. But I don't remember getting that one either. So, but anyway, we can sort something out if you want to give us a message. LFC Agenda, watch the full ad for you, Craig. Thank you, mate. I do appreciate that, honestly. And I find myself doing it as well for like IFL TV. I love watching that channel, you know, the boxing channel. And I find that if I like the channel, I do watch the ads for them as well. But before I start doing this, I promise you I wouldn't have. I would have pressed skip ad, but now I understand. So I do watch the ads for the channels that I like. So I do appreciate that you watch the ad. Lets me know you're liking the channel. What odds would you have gotten on Shane Long scoring the first goal last night? I don't know, but I couldn't fucking believe it because I remember saying beforehand about how shit he was, basically, and then of course he goes and scores the goal. Are you doing a watch along for Porto? Yep, I am, and I won't be on my own. Brian Morrissey is going to be joining me at my house for that one, so there'll be no green screen. It'll be downstairs in my living room again. Myself, Brian Morrissey, taking you through the Porto game. Can I be a mod? I'm on Patreon. Can you tell me your name on Patreon, mate? If that's okay, I just need to double check these things. But of course, if you are, then 100% no problem. That is part of one of the things you might hear people saying, can I be a mod? I'm on Patreon. One of the rewards on the Patreon rewards system that we have is if you sign up to X amount, you get this, and this. And one of the things is being a moderator on the channel. So if you do see people saying that, it's for that reason, just in case anybody gets confused. Other things that people that sign up to Patreon get are, depending on which whether it's a $2 or the $5 one, they get discounts on merchandise. It's either 10% or 20%. They also get private Q&As and stuff like that we do. Discounts on partner sites we're going to be launching. Connor is doing digital downloads of wallpapers and stuff like that for people that you can get as part of the reward scheme on Patreon as well. We're trying to do everything we can to not put, well, no, that sounds wrong. We will never be putting content behind a paywall, but we're trying to do everything that we can to thank people for their support. So the digital downloads, the discount, the merchandise, the mods on the channel, the Q&As, the discounts on partner sites and stuff. That's all the type of stuff that we're going to be working towards on Patreon. So if anybody hasn't looked at it yet, you can see it there underneath my image. It's patreon.com/Anfield Agenda. Check it out. If it's for you, brilliant. If it isn't, hey, it's all going to be free here anyway, so it won't matter. What else? Sorry if I don't ask many questions, just like listening to your opinion. Mate, it's it's just great to have you here. It's great to have everybody here. So I still find it funny that people go, I'm sorry I haven't been on in a while, or sorry I haven't done this or this. We are over the moon to have you guys watching. It's a pleasure to have you, whether you're in the background, whether you never comment. I mean, I've got one lady that watches. She doesn't have a YouTube account, so she doesn't comment, but she emails after most streams, and it's lovely. It's lovely to see her email there, and I always make sure to reply. And she's a wonderful lady, and I won't give away her name because, you know, there's a reason she doesn't have an account, and I don't want to give away her identity or anything. But yeah, it's lovely. It's lovely to have these little things. And sometimes you forget about the people who are watching and don't like to comment for whatever reason. But if you are one of those people, again, I just want to extend a massive thank you on behalf of myself, Connor, Kev, October, everybody involved with the channel. Thank you for your continued support. And Kev said yes, and sucky sucky for $10. I hope somebody gets that and just doesn't think I'm just losing my mind. Sucky 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 one time. There's just too much of this shit going on. I'm supposed to be the one that leads us down these fucked up little conversations that we go, but you people, I don't know if you've been hanging around with me too much, and you're all losing your minds as well, because the tangents that we've gone on over the past few weeks have been crazy. I think we had 20 minutes on crisps the other night, which was great. I'll never forget the stream though where we did half an hour or so on Harry Maguire's head and the size of Harry Maguire's head, which was one of my favourite things ever on this channel. You need a staunch Evertonian on your team just to keep things real. But we have you, Harold, so I mean there is that. Oh no, you're a Leeds fan, aren't you? Sorry, I think you're a Leeds fan, Harold, aren't you? But no, we absolutely don't need an Evertonian, mate. There's just no thank you. Craig, you look slimmer already since the diet. I haven't started it yet. Cape Town Muslim. I haven't started the diet yet. I've been unwell, and there's been a virus gone around my house, so I haven't been able to because of medicine. You probably remember me saying yesterday I was taking medication just during the stream or during the watch along. I haven't been able to. I had to delay it a week until I finished my medication. The Irishman said I screamed when Mo scored. I think we all did, mate. I may have even weed a little bit, if I'm being honest. No, I didn't, but it was definitely exciting. How's it going, Craig? Said Davey31. Tickety boo, pal. Tickety boo. I'm doing well. My voice is shot to a million pieces, but I'm doing well. Do you like Rick and Morty? I don't. No, I tried to watch it. Couldn't get into it. Am I the only one worrying about Mo Salah not passing the ball? Possibly. I looked back at that incident last night, his goal. He couldn't have passed to Firmino, by the way. The angle wasn't there. The run by Bobby was clever to drag the defender, but the angle wasn't there for the pass. The only one I really remember was the one against Spurs where he didn't pass to Mane. That was the only one that I can think of, mate. Loved your Salah and Keita celebrations. Thank you, Tommy. That's really nice of you, mate. Appreciate that. The Keita one, I can't believe I thought it was Mane at first. I just watched that back as well and I was like, Mane, no, Keita. Yeah, that was my bad. Jurassic Ark was a beauty as well. That was Connor's highlight of the channel, Jurassic Ark. That was great. Name 3 players in the league that you'd like Klopp to buy and turn into a beast. Ooh, that's a good show. Maddison. Sorry by the way if you're watching by it, but I do like Maddison. I'm trying to think of a young pacey wide forward that we can't say Leroy Sané because he's already turned it into a very good player. Who else is there? I don't know. I need time to think about that one. I mean, going through every single team and trying to pick out players. I don't know, maybe we can open this one to the floor. Who would you like us to buy and turn into a beast, as the Irish Beard has said? Young players now. I mean, yeah, the first one that came to mind, as I said, was Maddison, but there are some good. I mean, Hudson-Odoi, there's probably another one that I wouldn't mind. I said young, pacey, wide forward, so Hudson-Odoi kind of fits that mould. Who are the people in the squad? Which squad, David, mate? I'm not sure what you mean. You see the celebration dummy from Salah. No, somebody mentioned it earlier on. I didn't notice it. I'm going to have to watch it back, actually, Cape Town Muslim, to see it. Mo got his 50th. Now he's back to business, said Morton. Yes, he did get his 50th, and he's the fastest player in the Premier League for Liverpool to get to 50 goals. So congratulations to Mo on that. You don't really think of Bobby being fast, but he sprinted hard. Bobby's just one of those players that can do a little bit of everything brilliantly, isn't he? I mean, he can even grow a tash brilliantly. I mean, how slick does he look with the little tash and little beard combo? Brooks is a great shout, actually. Pragmaverts, really good show. Gray from Pragmaverts as well. Damari Gray from. We're just robbing Leicester blind here, mate, aren't we? Adama Traore, said Jim Keane. Jadon Sancho, I think he was talking about from the Premier League. I'm sure he said Premier League clubs. Yeah, I'm sure the question was Premier League clubs, but let's go with Premier League anyway, just in case I'm wrong. Who do you think will go down with Huddersfield and Fulham? Cardiff. But I really do feel sorry for them going down. I really, really do. What 3 positions, if you were Klopp, would you buy to put in the first 11, and who? Paulo Dybala to play in the 10. I'd take Fekir as well, but I'm just assuming that won't happen. So you asked who I would take. Dybala. De Ligt for centre back to play alongside Van Dijk. But if we were looking to bring somebody in for a shorter period to allow Gomez to come through, then I think Alderweireld would make sense at 25 million if he has that release clause. Who else would I buy? Timo Werner to play up top because we need a forward or centre forward. Brooks and Gray from Leicester said Pragmaverts. Mbappe and Sancho. Damari Gray said Angroid. Did you watch the Grand National? Nah, I have no interest in horses, mate. Don't bet on them, don't watch them. Just never appealed to me. And to be fair, horses scare the shit out of me as well. If I'm around them, I mean, like, they're just too big and too strong. Just scare the shit out of me. Do you think we'll sign that Bristol City left back? It's gone quiet on him, actually, Tony. And Adam Lewis has been making waves for the under-23s, so probably not. I think you're probably just going to see Adam Lewis come through. Lazar Markovic, yeah, imagine we signed him back on a 4-year deal. Would you love to sign Richarlison in the summer? No, I don't like him. He has a head that wants slapping. I don't like Richarlison. I just can't take to him. He always looks like he's pissed off, or he just looks like that lad that you always wanted to give a slap to. I don't like Richarlison. He's a good player when he wants to play. He always seems to start off seasons well and then tail away a little bit, but not for me. And I don't get the whole thing around Klopp wanting to sign him, because he could have bought him from Watford if he really wanted him. Hendo and Robbo tried to hug Mo. Mo slipped them both and they ended up hugging each other. Nice. At least they got a hug out of it. My cousin just signed a contract with Preston North End. Well done. Well done indeed. I mean, congratulations to him. Preston, a fine club. I mean, as we know, it was... What a club. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I mean, a great club to start on. And if I had a young lad, I probably wouldn't send him to a Premier League club. I'd probably send him to a Championship club, and he'd have a better chance of getting through. But congratulations to your cousin. Is Robertson injured? No, he's suspended. Radical Gambino. We picked up a yellow in the last game, which ruled him out of the first leg against Porto. Would actually love Alderweireld next to VVD, said Morton. Foden from City is a great shout, actually. As I like to call him, Ben Foden. Even though his name's Phil, I called him Ben on a stream, so he will forever be known as Ben Foden to me now. Bernard would be good. He looks like a homeless person to me. Does nobody else get that from Bernard? He just looks like a scruffy homeless dude with shit tattoos. Brooks and Chilwell, great shouts to Brian Morrissey. Not feeling nervous or scared against Porto. I'm not. I'm really confident going into this game. Can you imagine we got Richarlison? That wouldn't sit well with the Bitter Blues. And they wouldn't fucking sell him either. I mean, they'd ask ridiculous money. I think we'll sign Julian Brandt, said Pranav. I mean, it's gone very quiet on Brandt, actually, to be fair. Here's your next weird conversation subject matter. Who has or has tried one of those Philips one blade razors? Nah, I use a 3-blade razor. I think it's a 3-blade. Maybe it's a 4-blade. I don't know. To shave my head every day anyway, I use a little razor. One that you just keep buying new blades for. But it's actually quite good. Mark Kennedy was from Dublin. He was, I believe. If memory serves, Dara, he played for Stella Maris, I believe. Or was it Belvedere? It was Stella Maris or Belvedere. Maybe it was Belvedere Mark Kennedy played for. Richarlison looks too moody. Think Klopp would find it too much hard work. What else we got? His name is Ethan Walker. Well, best of luck to him, Darren. I mean, I really do hope he goes on and has a career, mate. Do you think Klopp didn't buy any players from BVD because he wanted to prove he could be successful without a whole new squad? I don't know. I don't know if there was a gentleman's agreement there. I don't know why he didn't go back in, but it's worked out okay so far. Do you think Klopp might give Oxlade-Chamberlain and Gomez a few minutes against Porto? No, 100% no. They're not ready. They're nowhere near ready, and he's not going to play them or risk them. Has Rabiot signed a pre-contract with anyone yet? No, but I mean, he's moved around. One minute you hear one thing, the last I heard was Real Madrid, and that he was very close to agreeing a deal there, but I'd heard Barcelona as well previously before that. You're bang on, Craig. I don't like his face either, said Brian Morrissey. Yeah, he just does have one of those heads, doesn't he? City just need one draw. Seamus, I keep saying that to myself every fucking day, mate. Just one draw. Just one poxy draw. Just one last minute goal against them. And it's back in our hands. Did you see VVD's clearance that almost went in? That wasn't brave? Yeah, I did. It was at the back post and it went over the bar or just wide if memory serves, but I do remember the one you're talking about. Sessegnon is a belter of a shout, Brian. I can't believe I forgot him. He should have been the first one that came to all of our minds, actually. You're watching WrestleMania. I don't know, I haven't decided yet, Domestic Butler. I'll see how I'm feeling. Craig, we should buy Richarlison to just piss off Everton fans to put them on the bench so he can't score against us in the future. Be a lot of money just to do that, Tony. My Shelbourne team got snapped up by City over in Spain 4-0. Might move team, don't know who though. I mean, losing 4-0 to City, mate, isn't... I mean, they're a professional outfit. Even though they're, you know, the younger team, they're a professionally run club. Shelbourne, with all due respect, is on a completely different level. So I wouldn't worry about that too much, mate. And I don't know what age you are, but, you know, still developing as well, I'm sure. So let's just, you know, don't go jumping ship just yet. Rabiot may have an attitude problem, might be petulance and pragmaverts. Looking at Trent last night shows that he needs to mature a lot. His mistakes from last night could have cost us badly. It was weird last night watching him because he looked sloppy, he looked uninterested at times, and we know that isn't the case. I mean, we just know that isn't Trent. But he definitely wasn't at his best last night. I think that's fair enough to say. I think even Klopp said he just looked drained, which was a good show. Would you take Lookman from Everton? He's doing really well underage for England, but I haven't really watched enough of him other than that to make an informed decision. Angroid, do you want to get knocked out of the Champions League to have a better chance to win the Premier League? Nah, I don't think it will give us a better chance, to be fair. We've 5 games left. After Chelsea, 4 games left. I don't think it will make that much of a difference at this point, mate. So nah, let's just hedge our bets and go for both. Who'll win the Bundesliga? It looks like Bayern Munich after today's 5-0 win against Dortmund, which was an absolute bitch slapping of the highest order. And even taking into account that it just puts them 1 point ahead, it's a psychological impact that will have on Dortmund as well. City look tired today, reckon they'll struggle against Spurs, holding out hope for Palace. Look, if Manchester City get through this season and win the rest of the games to win the Premier League, what can you say? What can you say? 98 points is ridiculous. If they cope with all the pressure and get through it, clearly they're an exceptional group of players with an exceptional manager. I don't think they will though. I think there's points to be dropped, and I'm not saying that we're incapable of dropping points. We absolutely might drop points, but We've got to be there in case they mess up. Kev said my pal at work is a Norwich fan, and he was always raving about the Leicester lad, Maddison. We did look at him. I've said this time and time again, he picked up an ankle injury and then it seemed to go quiet. But for all I know, Leicester already had things sorted out at that point. Got tickets for the AJ fight at MSG. Nice. I was looking at the travel packages for that Dara from the UK. And they weren't too bad actually. I think one of them was about £1,200 for flights, 2 nights hotel accommodation and a ticket. I mean, I know that's just a lot of money, but for an event like that, going through a travel company, it isn't the worst. But I hope you've a great night, mate. I don't see anything other than an AJ win, to be fair. I think AJ will stop him. The side of every Liverpool fan going for United is going to be weird. It is, to be fair, it's going to be weird. And I'm going to start doing some watch-alongs of City games as the season finishes up, just to do it, just to be there to watch them, and hopefully see them fuck up and we can enjoy that together. And if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. When do we play Chelsea? Next Sunday, mate. Porto on Tuesday and then Chelsea next Sunday. Trent always bounces back after a bad game, which is true. Liverpool do better when they have a steady stream of games. Right, guys, I'm going to bring this stream to an end in a second because I'm struggling. I feel like my throat is so sore. I feel like it's bleeding. That's how sore it feels. God, how far have the German clubs fallen in Europe? Said Domestic Butler. So it could be just a transition period for them, mate. I mean, they're starting to trust younger players over there and give them more breaks. So maybe we'll see 3-4 years they might be back with a bang. Hello Kate, thank you. Say you watch every night. I really appreciate that, Kate. Thank you for dropping in and saying hi. I hope you're keeping well, and thank you for your support. Tough game against Porto on Tuesday. We can beat them, absolutely we can. Lewandowski very disrespectful towards his former club today, but what a player. I didn't watch the game. I was just keeping an eye on the score, so I didn't see the incidents. Would you take Jamie Vardy as a backup? Not at this point. A year or two ago, I don't like Jamie Vardy as a personality, but as a player, he's very effective. And you know what? He probably would suit our system. You can do a watch along of the Manchester Derby? Yes, 100% yes. I will definitely be doing a watch along of the Manchester Derby. You can be sure of that one. Right, guys, look, before I head off, if you haven't hit that subscribe button and you've liked the stream, please do hit that button. Also, if you could drop a like on the stream as well, hit that thumbs up, that would mean the world to us. Just a reminder, I probably won't be streaming one of these again until the watch along on Tuesday. Not here tomorrow, need to rest my voice, up early to travel to London. And on Monday, just keep an eye out because I'll probably just stream from my phone somewhere. So maybe we can do a bit of a Q&A or something, but other than that, I will catch up with you all on Tuesday. 7:15, we'll be starting the watch along for that one, myself and Brian Morrissey. I'm really looking forward to it. I love European nights. I hope you can join us for it. As always, thank you very much for tuning in. Take care of your families, tell your loved ones that you love them, and up the motherfucking red.